this?
What's this?
Hey guys, welcome on into another episode of the
Good Luck, Have Fun Official.
Oh.
The official channel where you can get all of the best content that we can possibly provide you.
This is going to be a very exciting little video. We're going to open up the box, we're going to go through each piece, have a bit of a chat. We're going to talk about some things we're excited about for 4th Ed, maybe some of the changes we've seen for our current armies. It's all going to be very exciting. I can't wait. We've been waiting for this for months now.
Months.
One of us right here, we have got the incredible new Skaventide box for 4th edition of Age of Sigma. Big thank you to Games Workshop for sending us this by us giving them £160 at one of their stores.
Big up.
Big
Honestly,
up.
it was so generous of them.
Big up consumer and capitalist regime.
We respect it. We've been so excited for this box. We followed every video that Games Workshop have released. It has been all about what you see in front of you today. And so when we showed up to the shop, you know, we were first in line. We nerded out on this.
We're ready.
Big up to Mitch, absolutely amazing human. He's the manager of the local shop for us. Absolutely love him to bits.
Big guy.
So if you're watching this, bro, you know.
You got our money.
Well done, sir. Well played. Crafty as a Skaven.
Oi. But this is what it's all about, isn't it? Skaven are back with a vengeance.
Oh yeah, like the trailer. I hope anyone who's watching this is already a Warhammer fan, and if you're not, definitely go and check out the trailer.
Oh yeah.
They appear from this amazing undercity, comes up into the Cities of Sigmar lines, and it's the Stormcast come down and their bolts of lightning. Even the lore about what's currently going on, especially with the Stormcast, and how every time they get reincarnated and every time they get brought back to life, they lose something. The anvil, like the reforging process, takes something from them.
Yeah.
And so it's getting to a point now where it's not looking good. They're starting to see the cracks. You know, Sigmar lied.
Yeah, I like it because it's a case of the bad guys are having a bit of an uprise.
Yeah.
A lot of the time you have your poster boy guys in shining armor, you have your Space Marines in 40k who are always on top.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see the chaos, the bad, have a bit of spotlight time and wreak some havoc. I've been so excited for it. Big Skaven fan.
Oh, yeah.
I love Skaven. One of my favourite armies.
The models have always been great. Even the old metal ones, some of the old metal Jezzails, and we've got the plastic ones in this set. They still hold up, in my opinion anyway.
Definitely.
It's great to see Skaven back, and it's good to see them back in the way you expect them. Guns, hordes, just one dude, the big clan rat guy on his mount in the nice red armor.
Snorting warp dust.
Oh,
yes! I love it. I love to see it.
So we'll start off with the two little bits that are front and center. We've got them here and here. First of all, we have got objective markers, and I really wanted these.
Yes.
These are a pre-order bonus. I think you actually get them from pre-ordering online. Granted, we did it in the store, but we did it online in the store. They're the better option, in my humble opinion. The other option was a set of pins.
Which are cool.
They are very
But
cool.
you can use these in the game.
But yes, exactly. These are usable in the game. And so, look, they're still sealed. They're still sealed. Everyone who is anyone will understand the feeling of taking off that cellophane wrapping. Are you guys ready?
You're going to see it before us.
I know. Here you go.
I want to see it.
How cool are they?
You don't know. You've not seen them. They are sick.
They are amazing.
Oh, I'm going to take one out.
Yeah, go for it.
Ooh, very nice. Proper metal. Ooh, hefty boys. Very good. When we pre-ordered, we got a priority token as well.
Yes.
So if you have priority for the turn, it's a really cool like hexagonal metal coin with a hammer on it. It's very cool. But these objective markers look tasty.
They are amazing.
They are very nice.
They're double-sided. So you've got Skaven on one side and you've got Stormcast on the other, which also means when you capture the objective, you can flip it to whoever's currently owning it. Which ties into a very good point about how 4th Ed works. Sticky objectives. And for anyone who doesn't know what that means, it means that once you own an objective, it is yours until the opponent takes it away.
If that unit has that keyword sticky.
That plays a bigger part in 4th Ed than it has done more recently in 3rd. It's becoming more prevalent in 40k as well. It allows you to free up your armies more. No more are you taking units just to sit on your back objective and you leave them there. Now you put them there, they own that objective, and then you can send them up the field. And I really like that as a concept change and a dynamic change.
You just feel like you're not giving up a unit.
Exactly.
You know, that you spent like 150 points on possibly to just sit there and wait to get attacked. So definitely a nice change.
Objective markers, these are amazing.
Next up, this is completely separate from the box. This isn't a pre-order. This is James's copy of the Skaventide book. So this is a bit of lore with a very nice cover. It's a very cool cover for you there. But you were just saying that you're interested in getting into the Sigmar books a bit more, weren't you? Because you read a lot of 40k.
Yes.
You read some Sigmar on the side.
Bits, but from what I've found personally, by all means, go down into the comments and correct me if I'm wrong. So A lot of the lore is more about the characters when it comes to the Sigma books. It follows individual characters, and obviously Games Workshop will do that to help sell those models. That's the end goal. It's great to learn about the characters, but I like learning about the setting. I like knowing what's going on a broader scope rather than just, I know a lot about, you know, the Hollow King or Drasta.
Yeah.
This book, I'm really looking forward to getting stuck into it, and it is a chunky boy.
It's a thick boy.
I'm really looking forward because I want to understand more about what's actually going on and why Skaventide is the way that it is, why the rats have come up now, and why they've been kept this mystery and this lie for ages. Loads of people are saying ratmen aren't real. You know,
ratmen aren't real.
Ratmen aren't real. They are.
They bloody well are.
We've got them in this box.
Whole 50 odd of them.
Oh God, you're gonna have fun painting that.
I don't paint. But yeah, the lore-wise, I as well really am excited to see what the deal is here. I got the back when 10th edition of 40k came out, when Leviathan came out. I got the hardback one of that.
You did.
Still not read it. I don't know what it is. I have dropped off the Warhammer books lately, but I'm hoping this will kind of gateway my way back into it. Yeah, but we'll see. I'm very excited to see what all the nitty-gritty details are.
Oh, same. Right. It's time to get into the meat of it.
I've been fighting not to open this. So yesterday, when it was available to pick up, James was busy. So I went to our local shop to pick it up, and it has been in my lounge all night, and it has been so hard to fight the temptation to open it up. I can imagine. While we're trying to crack open this treasure trove of plastic crack, don't forget, if you haven't already, to like this video, follow the channel to be up to date with any further updates and Warhammer shenanigans. We're being bested here.
And sort of box openings.
By this tape with a 2-up ward.
Ben. Oh, wow. Okay.
So we have here, what's this, James? Is it like a little poster?
It's a poster.
It looks sick.
The first thing you're greeted by from opening this box is an amazing picture depicting the Stormcast fighting the Skaven. The artwork is always amazing.
It's always good. They do a good job.
They really do. They do such a good job as well of making the forefront of the picture brighter than the back, but the back is still interesting.
Yeah, it really draws your attention.
Yeah.
But look at that.
Look at that. Come on.
I think I'm going to have to get that framed and
I think we will.
Put on the backdrop somewhere. Put
Absolutely.
There somewhere.
That's going right on the fridge, that.
Cheers, Warhammer.
Thanks, Warhammer.
Right on the fridge.
If only it was made of macaroni.
Macaroni Skaven art. To be fair, 10 a bet. The Skaven, if they did art, it would be macaroni art.
It would. Nurgles would be maggots.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
Skaven macaroni.
Slanesh would be cum.
Slanesh would just be crusty cum.
It's just loads of socks underneath for a bit of... Anyway, we're becoming degenerates. You're here for Warhammer, not Oslander. Here we have, what are they called? They're the protectors? What are they called again?
Prosecutors, I think.
Prosecutors, the winged, flamed people.
These guys look amazing. I cannot wait to get these built and painted.
This looks like the Lord on Clawfiend. Oh, this is a gorgeous model. I cannot wait to get this built. What's nice as well is they're normally, I fear you'd always get like really basic sculpts. You get really basic push fits that are like 3 pieces. They're not doing that. This looks like the actual sprue that you would get in the box for this model, which we still don't know when they're coming out, by the way.
No.
I did ask Mitch when I was in the shop. He has no idea when the individual boxes are coming out, but hopefully it is soon. And yeah, these are the rat ogres, it looks like.
Oh, you know, the rat ogres have taken center stage for like a lot of the painting stuff I've seen online, especially the one with the bit of warpstone in his shoulder.
That's the one that keeps drawing my eye. That's the one I keep thinking I can't wait to paint that. That's good.
They're going to be so scary on the battlefield.
Well, hopefully.
Hopefully.
We'll see. We'll see.
So for the Stormcast up next, we've just got more of the meat and veg, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, the meat and potatoes, as it were. I think these are the... I don't even know the names of half of these things.
What, is it Stormcast?
It is Stormcast, yeah. It's the Vigilators, I want to say. It's the Hammer guys and the Spear dudes. They looks like they come in 2 sprues and they're split between the 2 sprues. And in true Warhammer fashion, the sprues join together because of one little bit.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. So yeah, they're more just standard infantry for the Stormcast. Some have shields and spears. Some have got hammers. I've seen them in action. They're pretty good.
Gonna be spicy. Gonna be spicy. Here's one that I'm excited about.
I'm scared about this one.
I think there's meant to be more sprues for this. I can't tell. But here we have what is part of the Warp Lightning Cannon. When they released the little snippet of the faction pack a month or 2 ago, it included the rules for the new Warp Lightning Cannon, and it looks like it's going to be really fun. Basically, you can activate an ability called More Bullets, and it lets you basically roll a lot more damage at the risk of basically doing wounds to yourself. Yeah. So you could basically blow yourself up to do a fat bit of damage to a unit or a chunky model. Yeah.
I mean, it can go up to 6d6, which is what, 36 shots? 36 shots.
Yeah. I like dice. I'm an orc player as well. I like rolling dice. It's just therapeutic.
That will paste anything.
Yeah. We'll see. Oh,
Right.
What's up next, James?
On to the next, we have got one of the a character model for each. So we have got the warp block engineer
With the little spyglass.
with the little spyglass.
I love it. So good.
And we've also got one of the new models for Stormcast. It's the guy who has a Griffhound and he's got a blindfold on and a really cool staff.
Oh, I'm mistaken. They're all here with names.
He might actually be on the front then. He's got the flamey staff, blindfold on, and a fiery sword.
It's the Lord Veritant.
The Lord Veritant. And yeah, warp block engineer. I was right on that one. I know
Mind
your guys
you.
more than I know mine.
Rats are cooler, that's why.
Yeah. But they're beautiful new sculpts. They really
They
are.
look amazing.
They always do, I think as well, I think they do Skaven so well because they always add scenery into it, like the
Yes.
scuttling
Yeah.
and, running over stuff.
It's really good.
I'm very much looking forward to getting these painted. Hell yeah.
I'm really interested to see what this Lord Veritas does on the battlefield.
You know what, believe it or not, from the videos that I've watched recently, he whiffs a lot.
Really?
Yeah. I've never seen anyone hit with the staff. He can hit with the staff first, then go in the sword. The sword can do some damage.
Well, it's on fire.
Yeah. But the bonk from the staff, I've never seen it hit. So we'll have to find out.
Mission
That's
for
my mission.
For our first game.
Hell yeah.
Staff bonk. And then we play Warhammer.
Yeah, and then we, roll dice.
We'll clash staffs and then...
Oh, you.
Oh, you. What's that there?
I need to double dip here because
What's this?
this is
Yeah,
the
what's
leader
this?
of my army.
Yeah, you got to take this one.
So this, I believe, is the Lord Vigilant on Griff Stalker. He is the leader of my army. I'm going Stormcast in this case. He's got a lovely flaming axe. He is a menace. He is so strong. He can also heal his wounds, so he's hard to kill, deals an awful lot of damage. But believe it or not, his mount does more.
I love things like that.
Yeah.
It's so dumb, but I love it.
The mount is ferocious. You know what? I've never painted a proper, big animal before, but I'm really looking forward. There's a lot of detail.
I was going to say, I'm interested to see how you go about doing this because what's really good is when you do armies with a lot of fabric, a lot of robe, and there's a really good technique that you do to get your gradients down. And I'd really love to see how you do that with something like fur and feathers.
Yeah.
Going from the lighter, more sun to the darker, hidden away bit. I'm really interested to see how
Thank
you
you,
work
mate.
with
Yeah,
that.
I'm excited.
And there's a big robe as well for
And
you.
a big robe.
Big
Love
robe.
robes. Big up robes.
Right, my turn. Because what we've got here, it looks like we've got the Giselles.
Yes.
So these guys, I've seen these guys do work.
They are so
They're
good.
really good. So basically, they are just the backline shooty wooty, massive sniper rifle, basically. Or a giant musket, really, is what it is. It's a really long musket. But these guys I've seen pack a punch against even quite big, high wound models. So these are something that I'm really excited to get to. What I love about Skaven is they're wacky.
They are.
They're dumb. They're wacky. It's like I've always liked orcs and goblins. And they're just dumb, their lore's really crazy, their units are just really fun. It's just a rat, like, cause you can see two dudes on like a World War II battle line doing the same thing with like an actual piece of equipment, and these guys are just two rat men that are doing the same with this stupid half-arse engineered long rifle. It's like it's great, it's so fun.
It's just sewer pipes, but it works.
Firing nuggets of shite at the enemy. What's next?
Another Stormcast sprue, and if I'm not mistaken, this is the Reclusians.
Okay, yeah.
So this is another new unit for Stormcast. So Stormcast, unfortunately, from 3rd into 4th, have had a massive withdrawal of a lot of their units. They're not exactly obsolete because they started that thing called Warhammer Legends, but a lot of the Stormcast range was moved into Legends to make way for the new stuff. To be fair, Stormcast had a lot of things come out when they first were released. They had probably the biggest model pool out of all of the Age of Sigma armies.
Makes sense. The poster boys, they'll get that. It's normal.
But then they didn't actually get anything truly new after like their first year of launch because they already had so much. So what Games Workshop did was they recovered a load of stuff. They stopped selling a lot and they've started making new models, and new models are gorgeous. So these guys, they've got their own little squires with them, and then they've got massive axes. And the cool thing I really like about them is, and it's very, very Stormcasty, is that you can send a unit of 3 of them against a unit of 20 of whatever you want. And the way that wounds work in Age of Sigmar is you go into a pool, an overall pool. So you could hit 3 times, but if you're doing 10 damage from all of that, 10 models will die. That is what they are all about. It's like 3 guys come at me, and then when they actually start swinging those axes, oh my God, they are a menace.
Wall of death, mate.
Yes, so excited. They're a big thing for me. They're something I really wanted to get stuck into. They might even be the first thing I build and paint.
Really? I mean, what's cool about them is they are a unit of infantry.
Yes.
But they look like character models. Like if you had a squad of 3 Exalted Sorcerers for Thousand Suns, they look like their own unique characters, but they're just a unit,
Yeah.
I love when there's that much detail in a unit. You could think, I could use that as a lord.
Yeah.
That I could just take him and I could go, I'm going to use you as my lord choice kind of thing, because the detail that's gone into them is ace, man.
It's insane.
Really good. What we got next? Oh, here we go. So this is my bread and butter for my army. These are my clan rats. I believe you get, is it 20 or 40?
You get 40, I believe.
So it's, yeah, 2 units of 20?
Yeah.
That seems ridiculous. But these are all clan rats. So these will die very quickly, but in true Skaventide fashion, they can overrun pretty hard.
Yep.
And what's really cool is Skaven have a spell which deals mortal wounds to a unit, and for each successful mortal that you deal, you get a clan rat back, or an infantry unit back. That's pretty beefy.
Yep. They also have every turn, regardless of damage or anything done, every turn they come back.
Oh, they do as well? Sorry, yeah, they
you
do.
have the unending tide or something like that.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
What's a really cool thing as well is what Skaven seem to be all about in 4th Ed is they have such free retreat potential.
Yeah.
A lot of their units can retreat from battle without suffering mortals as a consequence and move their full movement.
Yep.
That is game changing.
Yeah.
And what I see a lot as well is, actually, have we missed the Grey Seer?
He was part of
He was
a
part of
joint
another one, wasn't he? We completely neglected the Grey Seer. But basically, what I see a lot of people doing with the Grey Seer is they obviously...
He might be on this sprue.
They take the spell...
Yeah, he is. He's up here.
Oh, yeah, there he is. But there's a spell that basically lets you pick up a unit and move it anywhere on the board.
Yeah.
And they just fly him around all over the show,
yeah,
doing what he needs to with units. It's really fun to watch. So I'm very excited to see what happens with that. And as well, with Skaven is they have Gnaw tunnels. So you can have up to 3 on the board at any time. You can deploy them kind of as and when you want almost. It's really free with how you put them down. Basically, you can put anything at the start of deployment into reserves or into the tunnels, and you can bring them out at any point from any Gnaw hole that you've got. That sounds sick. There's the normal kind of deep strike rules where you have to be 9 inches away from an enemy unit. You have to be, so many inches from wherever, but it's a really fun extra that I can't wait to kind of capitalize on.
Skaven are so much more about maneuverability now. The old days of just running 2 armies against each other, it's still there, but Skaven are breaking that mold now.
Yeah.
And it's a case of you think I'm here and you'll fight me there for a turn, maybe, but then next turn, poof, I'm the other end of the battlefield. Thanks for that objective.
They're not just stupid rat men. These are 5-head giga brain army, these guys.
They've had all their time down in the Undercity to plot and plan and prepare, and they have genuinely become smarter. They're not just rats. They've got a tactical edge to them, and I think you're going to really enjoy that when you're playing.
It's what I'm excited for, yeah. At the moment, like I say, I play Orcs for Sigma, and for the most part, I've only really got 2 or 3 things that I can kind of line up for.
Yeah.
I've got Zog's buff for Greenheart. I've got, some placement from my Shaman, and then it's just kind of run, clash heads, and roll 60 dice to do what I can. With these, I think I'm going to have to think a lot smarter.
Yeah.
Especially when you've got such strong units to go up against. I think it's going to be pretty interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, I completely agree. But it's not over.
Whoa, it's not over.
So,
bloody hell.
We are done with the infantry. That is both armies now out of the box, collected up in
so many
a mass pile of plastic.
Like 70 odd models.
It's insane. As well in the box, really nice. You do get a bit of scenery, you get just a little bit of terrain. It's not a great deal.
It's nice though.
It's amazing.
It's nice.
And I actually quite like the fact that it's a minimalist terrain. In some of these boxes, sometimes you get a whole play set's worth of terrain.
Yeah.
It just adds sometimes to that dread of everything you have to build and paint. And I love it, especially for new people coming into the hobby.
This is it.
This also shows that you don't need a lot of terrain to play Age of Sigma.
Because this is all going for the new Spearhead game mode, which we'll have a little nosy about in a moment.
Yes.
But it is good to see, because I think what the fear is, obviously like James was saying, it's quite minimalist, is the fact that we've had games where we've had a unit with a lot of shooting, can't do anything because everything's hidden behind cover, and it's like, I feel like I've wasted this point.
Yeah.
Whereas with this, it leaves it open, leaves you able to do what you can with your units. It's interesting. I'm excited.
Anything that changes a play state in my head
absolutely.
is great. Like having a beautiful laid out village that you're fighting over is fantastic and it looks great. But for actual playability, all it really does is make half your units obsolete and the other half really hard to get anywhere. You get in your own way for the sake of looking cool, which it's great, but again, overcomplicates.
Yeah.
This, you've got a building and a couple of little bits of scatter terrain. You will play around it, you will find ways of using it, but it's also just about, especially for you, where can I start summoning my units? Where can I put my gnaw holes?
Exactly.
I have to react to that, but I've got models that can move, like seriously move. The winged dudes,
the pace, the prosecutors.
Yeah. Another thing with Sigma, and we'll quickly touch on it before we obviously get into the rest of the box, it's got a lot more of a whole unit can die, for example. Every army has a way of bringing that unit back. So for me, it's called Descend from the Heavens. And from that, I will let you kill a whole unit off an objective. Fine, because next turn, I will come in your backlines with the same unit. And you can do the same. It's got more of an element of, terrain plays a great feature, but it's so much more about positioning, what you're giving up, when you're giving it up. We'll get into the cards in a second as well, because I'm really looking forward, because the way you pick objectives and such now completely has changed.
Oh yeah, turn by turn it changes.
Yeah.
It's great. I'm excited. Also as well, they have you have to help me here, James.
Twist?
No, it's basically the person that is losing has
The underdog.
Yes, underdog rule is now the thing. Do you want to go into that a little bit?
Yeah, the underdog ability or the underdog rule, basically, if you're down on victory points for the start of a turn, you're considered the underdog. The underdog gets an extra little sentence on all of the objective cards to either help them score more points, gain a ward save if they're on an objective. You will get a perk as the underdog. And so being behind is not always a bad thing. Sometimes you can play that to your advantage to allow you to basically slingshot near the end of the game, score the extra points, and pull out the win.
Yeah, because there's been so many games that I think where we've both played, and after turn one, we'll think, I might just concede here because I've just had 2 units wiped out turn one. I'm goosed. They've capped all the objectives, but no, there is a chance to come back. Yeah. It's good. It's going to keep players that do kind of concede early in the game and hopefully see it to the end, which is good.
Yeah, they've made it so much more of a mental game now. It breaks metas as well, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely.
Like the old metas of, really strong units and you could overpower people just with one unit alone. Now it's like, yeah, that's great and all, but I can outmaneuver you. I can outscore you. You want to make me the underdog? That won't work for you. Like, I can do so much more. And so I think you start tailoring armies now for basically your own wants and needs and likes.
Which is how it should be.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be a case of what does Reddit say? What should I take? You should just take stuff because it looks cool, man. Or because you like a particular ability and the way it plays.
Exactly.
It's the best way to play.
It is. It's the way I've always played. I always go thematic, or I go like, oh, I really like this combo. Andrasta and the Annihilators.
Don't talk to me.
She's changed.
She has changed.
She's changed.
I'm still sour.
She's a changed woman, okay? But that was a great combo.
It was a great combo.
You had basically 2-up armor saves, and I could bring them back every turn. I can't do that anymore.
So if I didn't clear the entire unit in one combat, or at least 2 of them, I'm screwed.
Yeah. So like that was a fun little combo, but that was a portion of the army.
Yeah.
And now, even if I could still do that, the way the game is now set up in 4th ed, it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, it's changed so much. It wouldn't make a difference in that regard.
Especially against your Skaven, because they can retreat.
Keep coming back and keep running away.
Retreat, grab them with the Grey Sith, throw them somewhere else, put them in a Gnaw hole, go in your Gnaw hole.
Wait, ooh.
Okay, so we've got something here, and you're going to have to tell me what it is.
Oh, it's another poster.
Is it?
With a rat ogre.
It's the same one. You get 2. We get 1 each.
Oh my god, they 5-headed this. It is the same one.
They knew people were going to do this.
They knew. All these scalpers are going to have 2 of these posters.
I can't wait to go on eBay.
What's that?
What is that?
What is that? You pick that up, James.
So we found a weird little thing. The Slaughter at Hellcrown, which I believe is the city from the trailer.
Hell yeah.
Make your mark on the mortal realms. And it says on the back, bring blight and ruin or stem the tide. Play a game with your Warhammer Age of Sigma Skaventide box and report your results to help decide the fate of a key city in the mortal realms. Plus, be in with a chance to win a massive collection of brand new minis to bolster your Warhammer Age of Sigma army.
That sounds sick.
That's
so basically,
amazing.
We report the outcome of our first game with this code. And that sounds sick.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That is really, really cool.
I love it when they do this kind of stuff. So basically, it's like a countrywide campaign, so to speak. That's so cool.
Yeah. And the players get to impact the lore. You get to impact the story. You get to win some goodies for doing it.
Do you know what this reminds me of? Do you remember back in the 90s when you were a kid? Back in the 90s.
Back in the 90s.
When you were a kid. When you were alive in the 90s. That's ridiculous. There'd be Action Man adverts.
Yes.
And you could phone in to determine the next bit, so to speak. So Gangrene would be like hanging onto a pipe. And it's like, would Action Man save him? That was so sick, that stuff. And this is big nostalgia for that kind of
big
thing.
Nostalgia.
So here, oh my God, it's...
Oh,
I think is it both of them? Oh my god! Oh my god! Don't need to go.
That's just why he did it.
A very cool envelope packaged thing, and I think we all know what this is going to be. So with this, I'm gonna have to rip the envelope.
Go for it.
Okay. With this box set, you get the 2 books. The first of which is the full hardback version of the core rule book. This is 40 quid RRP.
It is.
This. You get it with the Skaventide box. We're gonna have a really good time reading this, aren't we, James?
Oh yeah.
Because so many things have changed. We need to be ready, read up for our first game. Granted, we've got a few weeks to prep for it. The fact that you get a full rule book,
I know.
It's insane, man. It's
weighty.
Thick.
It's so nice. It's
sick.
so nice.
I wish it was the special edition, but that's expensive.
Yeah. I can't wait to get into this.
I know. You need to remember, we've seen like snippets of the new rules leading up to the release. We finally get to see how the game fully plays.
Oh, sorry, it's just a lot of mouth breathing, I know, but I'm exasperated. There's so much.
But next up, we have the other book. This is the Spearhead book, Fire and Jade. So there's the new game mode, Spearhead, which we brushed on before, which is meant to be a more direct, get playing, preset lists.
Yeah.
It's kind of slightly different rules to work with those lists. And basically, everything's perfectly balanced. Go for it. Each army will have a spearhead, which we imagine will possibly change as
some
time
of them
goes
might
on.
change, yeah.
But the thought of being able to just go, right, I'm going to use my Skaven spearhead, you're going to use your Stormcast spearhead. We don't need to think about anything else. We just go, yep, there's the models, go for it. Bring this book with us. Have a good time, hopefully.
Yeah, they did something similar to this in 40k with the combat patrols. And each of the combat patrols, so say, for example, the leaders of the armies, in normal Age of Sigma play, they're just a claw lord on, you know, on a big rat thing. But in this, it's a named character with their own abilities. All of the different units have different synergies with each other to make it feel like you are playing a slightly different game, but with the same army. And the thing I love the most is, as you said, this is straight out of the box. You go to the workshop, you buy your spearhead box, whatever is in there is what you will use in this book. There's no need to buy any extra models.
And all the faction packs are out now.
Yes, they are.
So you've got all your rules that you need. As of recording this, the new app is out tomorrow. So by the time it's uploaded, the new app will be out. All of your point values on there, all your stats, all your data sheets and all that good stuff. They're really, really pushing for people to just pick up a box and get playing. And I bloody respect them for that.
Gone are the days where you'd go in and you'd get overwhelmed in what's good, what's not good, how many different models there are for your army, and how much it's obviously all going to cost. Now it's just a case of go in and you drop 90 quid on your spearhead. But that's it.
Yeah, and you're set.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been playing this hobby 20 years. We got into this like 20 years ago, and it was a pain in the ass sometimes, wasn't it? Trying to figure out your own. Granted, I love list building, but trying to get something that works and has all the models that you want in there to also meet the point value. But having this, just kind of say, no, here's your toy, go play. When I'm 30 years old and I've got a life, I've got a fiance, I've got a full-time job, I've not got time to be dealing with the nitty-gritty. I want something that's just so straightforward. I can get playing.
Warhammer's finally pick up and play.
Yeah. It's good. It's a good really feeling. Good. So we're also very excited to get into this, aren't we, James? Because there's a lot in here that we'll need to have a little nosy at.
Yeah, it's going to be really good. Don't forget, said it before, but like and subscribe because there will be more Warhammer content. Maybe a few battle reports.
Absolutely.
Maybe a couple of deep dives.
You don't know.
They'll be coming to the channel once we've actually had chance ourselves to dig in.
To figure out what we're doing.
Yeah, to basically make sense of all of it.
Because we don't want to... Oh, did you hear that?
I did. There's something moving there.
What's this?
What's this? What is it? What is it?
Oh my God, it's packaging.
It's more packaging.
James, what have we got here, man?
So
there's one last thing.
There is, and it's buried
in... bases.
We have another box within a box.
Box within a box. James,
I love this.
Is it a weighty box?
It's relatively weighty. It's got a little bit of substance to it.
Oh, I think I know what this might be.
I know exactly what this is. And I'm very excited to get it open. How do I open this? Oh, there we go. Oh, it's more than what I thought it'd be. So first up, I believe these are the mission cards. No, these are spell cards.
Oh, we get the spell cards as well.
I believe. Oh no, these are the twists. And yeah, these are the twists in them.
Oh, yes,
right.
yes.
So in the game, every turn you pick a new twist. And this is where the underdog rule comes into play. I shall pop these there. And so what these do is they will change the state of play turn on turn on turn. And it will give you a new objective to go and do. It will always make sure that you're on your toes. You're always thinking.
It will always keep your units moving for something else. You're not just tunnel visioning to a single objective for 5 turns.
Exactly.
So,
and it also means if you're down 4 victory points and you pull that one twist that you need, you could score those back within your turn.
Oh, yeah.
Potentially really easily.
Yeah, I've seen some battle reports where they, like, first turn, someone will get like 20 victory points.
Yeah.
Something ridiculous. And then the other will get 3. But then by the end of the game, they flipped it. And it's like, whoa.
Yeah, because you've got those late game objectives. And like I say, this will keep every player on their toes. The person who's winning will all of a sudden have to start making sacrifice plays. They'll have to start clawing for their victory.
Clawing? Like rat men?
Like rat men. Super excited to start understanding more of these because there's a load.
There's a good amount.
There's like 60 cards there. We've got, this is actually a really nice thing that they've done. They've taken that massive rule book that we pulled out and turned it into cards.
Everything you need.
Everything you need. No more do you have to flick through the book.
The amount of times where, because we've been playing a lot of third ed on the run up to this, where we've been gearing ourselves up to do our turn and we've gone, oh, actually, pass me the rule book again.
Yeah.
Pass me the rule book again. We could just take pictures on our phones, but then we're flicking back through and we're like, no. Yeah. That is... big moves.
A massive play. It really is. One of the things that makes games take so long.
He's looking at the bloody
He's looking at the books.
I swear our games would be half the length if we just had these in third ed.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the assembly guide?
I believe, yeah. So we got all of the instruction manual, as it were. We don't need to see that.
I don't know if I've ever said on the show, but when I was a kid playing Warhammer, I never read the instruction books. Yet my model always came built exactly as it was supposed to be. I just did it.
How did you do that?
I don't know. Now that I'm an old man at the age of 30, I cannot do shit without the instructions. I need to be like, okay, yeah, that's definitely like that. And even look at where they've highlighted the glue.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, that's good. Excellent. We all go up class when we are building. It's the fumes, you see. It's the fumes. Citadel's finest.
Yeah, but I can't build without the instructions anymore. This is something that's really fun that they've added. They've started doing these with a lot of the sets, like the Warcry sets and the Kill Team sets, is you get a double-sided playing board. This is really, really handy for these smaller games as well, because it's the perfect size, isn't it?
It is. I mean, it's massive. I'm not going to open all of it because it is...
It is quite big, yeah.
Yeah, we don't have the space. I mean, it's very well detailed. It folds away nice. It's about that thick. It's 48 by 48 inches.
It's not rectangular.
No, I think it's a square. Only opens 4 times.
We're going to open it.
All right, guess we're opening it.
There we go.
You've got grassy fields on one side.
Grassy fields.
And then, I don't know how we're going
to... We've got a slippery spine. A nice, chaotic wasteland. Oh my god. There is so much packed into this box.
Skaventide.
The value, man.
The value of this box
ridiculous.
Is crazy. Granted, we got the pre-order, so we got the extra little objective markers.
Yes.
But this box is not a pre-order only. You can go into any workshop right now and go and grab yourself one. And we highly recommend it. We really do.
Yes.
You know, this is sponsored, not sponsored. We can only recommend that you pick it up. It's a fun hobby for anyone to get into. And this one box alone gives you everything you need to play a game. And it gives you a great starting point as well. You know,
that's it. It gives you could build on from these armies. Like, these are great foundations. If you wanted, you could build on from them and you can do what you want with them. You know, you got your lord choices, you got your heavy hitters, you got your infantry, and then your nice little extra bits and bobs like your warp lightning cannon.
Yeah. Ooh. Get a second one of them. I'd get some second prosecutors because I really like the wings. I like the maneuverability.
That's so sick.
Yeah. Cool. So you can build off this and make your armies kind of however you want. It just gives you a great starting point. You've got some terrain, you've got the board, you've got the books, you've got the cards. It is everything you need for what's RRP on this?
160 for that. But you do need to get, of course, your glues, your brushes, your paints. So that's an extra £7 million.
It is, yeah. But again, highly worth it. You know, if you're looking at getting into the hobby, I don't think there's a better starting point than this box and this edition.
Absolutely. I was just about to say, going off from that, we were Warhammer Fantasy purists. We played Old World when it was current.
Yep.
We loved it. We played big 2K games all the time. We were so into it. And then when they scrapped it for Sigma, we were so purist. We were nope, not touching it. No. We did not touch Sigma until 2 months before third ed ended. Literally 3 months ago, I'd say. We got really into Sigma and we're loving it.
Yeah.
We're having such a blast. It's just a great, easy game to follow. It's really fun to play. Some wacky things can happen. We've had some moments where we've been screaming with hype. Just, oh, mate.
It's making memories, and this is coming from 2 guys in their 30s, dare I bloody say it, but we are very busy people, but we can, when we get the time, it's so much easier to rock up and say, right, we'll play some Sigma, because it's so easy to play.
It is.
It's so quick, it's so simple.
It is. The main thing I think is good is, at first I was annoyed about this, you don't have the strength and toughness table. So in 40k, you compare strength and toughness values to get what you need to roll. With this, your units will always hit on X, always wound on Y, unless the opponent or you have put a buff or a nerf in place to plus or minus it by 1. It's so easy to follow. It's so straightforward, and I'm just loving what we're doing with it. I'm glad as well that we've been just so into it for so long now, this one of Sigma, because we kind of go on and off Warhammer playing it anyway.
Yeah, we do.
With each other, but we've been so consistent this time, and I think fourth ed is going to carry us even further.
I think
we've got like a group with all our mates, where there's like 8 of us now, just constantly like, who's up for a game, who's playing, who's painting. It's great. I love it. I'm so glad we're feeling that hype again.
Same.
It's unbelievable.
Same. And there's narrative campaign kind of things you can do as well, which we are looking at starting.
Something like that, yes.
We'll bring you guys along for the ride.
Absolutely,
it'll be really cool. Even then, it's like you start with a very small little army and a hero, and based on your wins and losses, you can build up from that. And then it's the stories and the memories afterwards.
That's it. That's
the best thing about this hobby.
It's just the Warhammer moments, you know. It's what I live for.
It's rolling that 6 when you needed it, or it's getting the charge at the last moment. It's your opponent forgetting that you've got people that can jump in at any moment, and then they're like, oh no, I left my...
Just dropping them.
It's bits like that. Don't get me wrong, there are some moments where even as the player winning, you will feel terrible, like your war boss. Sorry, not sorry. You have those really cool moments where
you do.
Even like the rivalries, you know, Dan's Demon Prince, for example, gets absolutely destroyed.
It's a meme within our group now, where he bought this Demon Prince and he brought it to like 5 battles. and first combat, it would get turn one and tabled and gone. And it's just funny.
Yeah.
It's like a rite of passage at this point for new players that play with us.
So, you know, and we look forward to the day where he gets dropped down and it gets to charge in and start smacking stuff up. You know, it needs its retribution moment.
Absolutely.
And I think we all want to be there to see it.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
It's the best thing about this game, and I cannot wait to get into 4th Ed. I really can't.
Yeah.
So, I mean, after we're done here, we are off to go get some building done. We're gonna have a nice day, each other enjoying the hobby, and it's gonna be amazing. And then following on from that, you're gonna see all of the updates. So again, down in the description below, there will be links to Patreon, Discord, all of our socials. We highly recommend, if you're into Warhammer, you want to join us on this journey, please do go and check out some of those.
Absolutely.
And the Patreon is also really helping us continue. You have no idea how much Patreon's actually helped us recently. All of the love and support we're getting through that is helping us succeed and bring more content to you. Just recently, we've made some pretty good purchases, which you guys are going to see the results of in the next couple of months. And it's all thanks to you guys on Patreon. So please, if you like what we do consider supporting us on there.
Always grateful for that support. You guys have been amazing.
I'm getting a bit teary. Oh. Right, I'm too excited now. I want to go and build some Warhammer.
I'm not even hiding it now. I'm
not even hiding
it. Build.
I love y'all, I really do. But I've had this box on the table for too long. The smell of plastics in the air. My guy.
My dude.
Shall we?
Skaventide. It's been an amazing time. I've been so excited going through this box with all you guys, checking out all the bits and bobs. Like James said, check out the socials, get in the Discord, keep up to date with any extras that we do. Videos to come.
Videos to
come. We had to say it. I'm sorry. But we didn't, did we?
No, but it's so good. Right.
But on that note, thank you again. Do not forget to subscribe, like this video, drop a comment down below if you've picked up Skaventide, if you've gone halves, which army you're doing. If you're not touching Skaventide and you're carrying on a different army in 4th edition, let us know.
Let us know.
And if you have any crazy moments that you'd like to share with us from your Warhammer games, let us know down below as well.
Yeah, keep those comments coming. We love to read them. We reply to all of them.
Always.
So please do. Right. Let's go build Skaventide.
Let's go, boy!
Bye, guys.